So the next theory that I've seen a lot recently comes from this recently released image of the season of the Doctor and Ruby in what I can only assume is from episode 4. Now for me this seems to be potentially a flashback to Doctor Who season 1, as Ruby has the same hair from Doctor Who season 1 and she's in similar clothes. At first I thought this seems to be a flashback from Space Babies, but you can see Ruby is wearing a different jumper because she's wearing a blue jumper in this, not a red jumper. But I still think this flashback is going to take place somewhere in between maybe Space Babies and the Devil's Cord. Obviously we see Ruby has this green slime on her, which I first thought was from the Bogeyman in Space Babies, so this could take place directly after Space Babies. I've also seen people potentially thinking that this could be from the Slitheen and we might get a Slitheen cameo in this flashback scene in episode 4. But we've since had another look at this shot in the behind the scenes trailer where we can see shop window dummies in the background of this shot and in this location. So this has led some people of course to speculate that we might be getting an Autons return in this flashback scene for this episode. Obviously if this is the case, I'm not assuming we're going to have an Autons episode, as that doesn't seem to fit in with any of the episodes in this season. But if we do have a brief flashback scene with an adventure of the Doctor and Ruby in episode 4, I think there is potential that that little adventure in this flashback could be something to do with the Autons. I believe this is also filmed in the same filming location as Henrik's, which is from episode 1 of Doctor Who series 1, Rose, which obviously featured the Autons as well. But that could just be a reused filming location. It might not necessarily take place in Henrik's. And if this is going to be a little Autons adventure in this flashback scene, I think there's also the possibility that that thing that the Doctor is holding in this image could potentially be antiplastic, which of course was used in Rose to defeat the Nestene consciousness and stop the Auton invasion. I also forgot to mention that this little flashback scene with the Autons and potentially with it taking place in Henrik could be a little nod to Doctor Who series 1 episode 1 Rose as a way of celebrating 20 years of New Who, which has recently just happened. So that's just my theory about what this could entail. This could be a flashback scene with the Autons in it that's kind of somewhat disconnected from the actual episode itself, but it's just a fun little flashback and cameo scene with the Doctor and Ruby on an adventure that we haven't seen from Doctor Who season 1. But let me know what you think about this theory in the comments down below.